What's up, Internet? It's your boy, Professor Jango.
Always a pleasure to meet a Jedi.
As you may have seen us tweeting about a few weeks ago and mentioning on our most recent streamcast last week, we've been puzzling over an image that friend of the site Cavan Scott sent out on April 6th, showing off the reference material that he was currently working with for some unnamed Star Wars projects. As I'm sure you're familiar, Cavan Scott has done a lot of Star Wars stuff recently, including writing for the Star Wars Adventures comic, the Han and Chewie Choose Your Destiny novel, the Adventures in Wild Space series of novels, and the From a Certain Point of View anthology. But in this video, we wanted to try to break down exactly what our friend Cavan might be working on in the future. We know that he's working on some top secret Star Wars material, in addition to his continuing work on the Star Wars Adventures series. So in this image, we can see a variety of things that might give us clues and hints as to what he's working on. Let's start with the reference books that we can see. In the image, you can see a variety of DK Star Wars reference books that are pretty standard for any author trying to do research for a new Star Wars book. In the image, we can see the Star Wars Essential Atlas, which might focus on locations in the Star Wars universe, the Star Wars The Last Jedi Incredible Cross-Sections and Star Wars Complete Vehicles Guides, which can be used for information about ships and vehicles, the Star Wars Galactic Atlas, which includes information about maps, star charts, and timelines, the Star Wars The Force Awakens Visual Dictionary, and one of the most interesting inclusions, the Star Wars Book of the Sith, which was part of a 3-part collection done by Daniel Wallace, which included the Jedi Path and Bounty Hunter's Code. There are also some fiction works that we can see in the image, the Star Wars Trilogy novelization, The Weapon of a Jedi by Jason Fry, Bomber Command by Jason Fry, Poe Dameron's Flight Log and Rey's Survival Guide, and two other works that I find particularly interesting here are The Galaxy of Fear Eaten Alive by John Whitman, which is a R.L. Stine, almost kind of Goosebumps type children's horror novel, and one hidden in the very back, Star Wars Ewoks Shadows of Endor. When we consider all of this together, we have a few assumptions about what Cavan might be up to. The books that he's using as reference suggest that he's probably working on something related to the Resistance, or at least set in the sequel trilogy. We also see books specifically referencing Rey and Poe, and the inclusion of the Book of the Sith suggests that he might be discussing either the dark side or Kylo Ren and Supreme Leader Snoke specifically. But my high hopes is that because of the inclusion of the Ewok book, that what we're really going to see is Rey and Poe fighting together against an army of Sith Ewoks. But whatever Cavan might have up his sleeve, you know it will be something that we here at Port Haven will enjoy, and you can expect a review from it as soon as it's released. So until next time, this has been Professor Jango, just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.